Ahoy hoy everyone, it's Craig here at Disney's Hollywood Studios for this week's Disney Dining Review. I am joined alongside by Rhino and Erica, and today we are eating at Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant. This is very exciting. We've been trying to get a reservation here for a while, and it's finally worked out. Yes, we are eating extremely early at 10:30, so we're doing a lunch review. It's the same menu for dinner too, but we are going to be eating a lot of burgers and heavy food very, very early in the day. Hopefully, we'll be able to stomach it, but at the very least, we're going to be inside. It's going to be nighttime. There's going to be movies playing up on the big screen. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to head inside in just a second. Before we do, I need to remind you this is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like our content and you want to support us, book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It costs you no extra money and you get the support of one of the awesome Dreams Unlimited Travel agents. So head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today for a free no obligation quote. Okay, I don't know if I'm in the driver's seat. I'm kind of right in the middle. I guess if I can find the pedals, ouch. Hurt my foot. I'm going to try to drive this car inside the restaurant. We're going to find a parking spot. We're going to experience Sci-Fi Dine-In.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Walt Disney.
Thank you, Garco. In this exciting age when everyone seems to be talking about the future possibilities of space travel, there's much speculation on what we will discover when we visit other worlds. Will we find planets with only a low form of vegetable life, or will there be mechanical robots controlled by super intelligent beings? One of the most fascinating fields of modern science deals with the possibility of life on other planets. This is our story.
We're inside of the Sci-Fi Dine-In. We are in a car that has 3 rows in it, and we are front and center right under the screen, which is nice. We've ordered our meal, our appetizer, and our entrees, and we are just taking in a film right now, enjoying the ambiance. And honestly, I don't hate it. It's like dim lighting. It's kind of quiet, and it's air conditioned. So far, it's got 3 wins for me.
For my appetizer, I ordered the spinach and artichoke dip with cashew cheese. It is made with a blend of spinach, artichoke, red pepper, cauliflower, cashew cheese, and oat milk, and it's served with house-made chips. It is fully plant-based, and I thought it was a bit too sweet, and that is definitely coming from that oat milk. I didn't taste any of the red peppers. The chips were out to get me. They kept making me choke on salt and stuff. So what I did was I just saved that and did my fries in it, and that was the way to go. So if there's a way to be like, hey, no chips, give me fries, I would suggest that. It is $13, and it's not amazing, but if you are here and you are dining plant-based, this is going to be the best option for you as an appetizer. And it's just nice they put thought into this because I love a spinach artichoke dip, so I'm happy they have some type of version of that on here. And again, that was $13, and it was okay.
For my appetizer, I went with the fried dill pickles. Those were served with your choice of ranch or horseradish dipping sauce. And I actually got both. And I will say that I enjoyed the horseradish one much more than the ranch. The pickles themselves, I didn't love. I feel like they were a little tough to chew through. The batter didn't really have any flavor to me. I don't know if it was just because the pickles were so thinly cut, and they felt like they were just literally those pickles that you would get at the topping bars at Disney that then they battered and fried. So they weren't the kind I guess I'm used to, but it just felt a little subpar. I tried everybody else's appetizer, and theirs were all good. I think Craig's was my favorite, and but yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't recommend them. They were $12. I don't think they were worth $12.
When looking at the appetizers on the menu, one thing jumped out to me immediately, and that was the Sci-Fi smoked wings for $15. These are smoked chicken wings tossed in a porter barbecue sauce with a house-made pineapple and poppy seed coleslaw. And I will say there was 4 wings in this little basket, so you are definitely paying a lot of money for not a lot of wings. So inflation, maybe. I loved the porter barbecue sauce. It was definitely on the sweet side. And, that's okay because the wings did have a slight hint of smokiness, a little saltiness to them. The sauce, honestly, was so heavy and dripping on it that it was kind of hard to really get a lot of the smoky flavor from the wings, but, they were cooked really well. Like, if I made these wings at home, I would be very happy with the end result. But, lately I'm kind of in the mood where I'm like, I'm okay with wings that just have like seasoning on top of it. I'm getting boring as I get older, but they were good. I would get them again if I was probably splitting with someone else and one like, hey, do you want two? I'll take two. We'll call it a day. What was great with it though was that pineapple and poppy seed coleslaw. That was actually probably the highlight of that plate for me. And I know it's basically garnish, but it was slightly tangy and crunchy. It really hit the spot going alongside those wings.
For my entree, I ordered the Flying Saucer Impossible Burger, and that is a grilled plant-based burger with grilled portobello mushroom, cashew mozzarella, a garlic tomato aioli, nut-free pesto, lettuce, and tomato, and of course that is all plant-based, and that goes for $22. My only complaint with this is that I could not taste that pesto. It wasn't pulling through, but I do love the texture of the mushroom that was there on top of the burger, but I love mushrooms, and if you hate mushrooms, you can ask for it without, I'm pretty sure. And the cashew mozzarella was actually melted. It was very nice, and it blended well, and I thought all the flavors, for the most part, blended together and very well, except, like I said, for that pesto, it didn't really pull through for me, but everything else was okay. It's one of the better Impossible Burgers I had, and I'll be honest, I couldn't finish it. Just me and burgers, like, we're not besties, so it's not something I can normally eat the whole thing. I like splitting burgers, but for the most part, it's good. It was the steak fries, and I had no complaints on the fries. Again, they tasted really good with that spinach artichoke dip, so if you just save that for that portion. And I also ordered the plant-based Oreo milkshake they have. Let me pull up the price for you guys, but that was actually really fun. I was really looking forward to that because I had never seen a plant-based milkshake anywhere on Disney property, and it just made me very happy. It's called the Cookie Shake, and it is $7, and it is made with a plant-based milk and cookies topped with a coconut whipped cream. I didn't get the whipped cream, but it was very good. I really enjoyed it, and if everyone at your table or your car is getting a milkshake and you want to feel included, that's the way to go.
For my entree, I went with the pork on pork burger, and Craig and I actually went splitsies because he was debating about another item, but my pork on pork burger came with grilled house-made pork patty topped with roasted pork belly, white sharp cheddar, caramelized onions, cabbage slaw, and a house-made Carolina mustard sauce. That was all for $23, and I got fries on the side with mine. They were nice, like those thick steak cut fries, and those were good. They were just that right amount of crispy, salty that I really enjoyed. The burger was pretty decent as well. I actually really liked the Carolina mustard sauce that was on it. There was a pretty thick piece of pork belly on top as well. But I don't know that I got, the pork belly didn't really come through the burger, for me at least. I even stopped halfway and I was like, is the pork belly on here? And then I saw it and I was like, oh, of course, now I got to the part where I can taste it a little more. But I always love a good cabbage slaw on top of a burger because I feel like it gives it a nice crunchy texture, which I always love. So it was okay. I'm not against it. I don't want to say I don't order burgers a lot because Craig has now gotten on me about saying that that's a lie because we're always ordering burgers all the time now. But I don't order burgers a lot, and I would say it wasn't a bad choice, but yeah, it's okay. I think I liked Craig's a little bit better than mine. It was just that Carolina mustard sauce. It was pretty good.
For my entree, I went with the Drive-In barbecue burger, which I feel like is probably their signature burger that you can get, a lot of burgers and fries here. That's what you would want at the Drive-In, so it makes complete sense. The Drive-In barbecue burger is $23 and is our signature blend of beef and house-made seasoning, served on a brioche bun topped with 9 hours smoked pork, bourbon bacon jam, cheddar, lettuce, and barbecue sauce. If it sounds like there's a lot on there, that's because there is. However, it actually really worked together. The burger I had cooked medium, and it was cooked perfectly just the way I wanted it, and there was a generous amount of seasoning on there, so if you just had like a plain burger itself, it feels like it would have been solid, but it was really taken to the next level with the pork and the bourbon bacon jam. There was a lot of bourbon bacon jam on there, adding a sweetness to it that balanced with the saltiness of the patty. A lot of the other toppings on it were kind of getting lost for me. The barbecue sauce, particularly, it did not have a chance next to the bourbon bacon jam. But my one criticism with it is I felt like there wasn't enough of a texture difference. Rhino, when he tried a little bit of mine, he said that the pork provided that. I didn't really get it. To me, it was all kind of mushy on top of having that soft brioche bun. It really was
like
all
the pork
one
texture.
note. You didn't like the pork texture, but you could actually figure it out. So that's the only thing I would say, is that I would maybe like take it to the next level too with like some crispy onions or something to add something else to just give it a little bit of a bite, because as he talked about with his pork on pork, I thought that actually did have a nice textural balance to it. That Carolina mustard sauce was absolutely stunning, and that white sharp cheddar that was on it is actually like the flavor that is still ringing in my mouth now. I don't know why it stood out so much, but that pork on pork burger, that for me was the highlight over the drive-in barbecue burger, but I genuinely don't think you could go wrong with either of them. I know I might be a little bit of a burger fanatic, but these were pretty good to really good in my book, and I know that's meaningless, but I would come back here for both of those again.
For my dessert, I traveled all the way to the Red Planet and got the Red Planet, which is a white chocolate cheesecake with spiced blueberry compote on a graham cracker tart with a matcha sponge and golden candied almonds. I hate the description of with a matcha sponge, where they're like, grab the green sponge and throw it on the plate. But honestly, this dessert was pretty delicious. For me, it was definitely the highlight of the meal. The cheesecake was so light and fluffy. It was that blueberry compote underneath of it was so good, and the graham cracker crust. I love a graham cracker crust. It's also a little bit of a tongue twister, but highly recommended. It was $9. It's a must for me.
For my dessert, I went out of this world with the out of this world. It was $10. It is... I'll read the description and then I'll tell you what it actually is. So it says pineapple mousse with passion fruit cosmic swirl and a spiced lime spaceship garnished with space dust and blood orange coulis. So when you hear that description, you're like, wow, that sounds like a nice fruity light dessert. What they don't tell you about this dessert is that it comes on top of a chocolate cake. And it was a thick chocolate cake. It was dry. It was dense. It was not good. So what I did was I removed the mousse and all those toppings, that passion fruit cosmic swirl and the little spaceship. I removed those all off, and then I just ate them on their own, and they were really nice. I like that fruit flavor. It just felt like a tropical punch to the taste buds.
Okay, so you want the chicken first or we want tomato, right? No spinach. So no vegetables.
From the 1950s back to the 2020s, we are done with our meal, and I'm going to give you my wrap up, and everybody else I'm sure will after me, but I thought overall, like I said in the beginning of the video, I did enjoy the ambiance, like all the way through. It was fun. Since we were only 3 people, it was a little weird because if you were in a car, it's like 3 rows and it's 2 per row. And so there was like a party of 2 that ended up getting sat behind us. And so it was a little weird to be the one person in the middle seat because it was kind of like I was a part of like 2 conversations. But you know, it still was fun. I wouldn't give it up to be able to like sit right there and look at the screen and just watch the clips of the movies and montages and everything that they have up there. Was a lot of fun. So I really liked that. I liked the ambiance. The food was okay. It was, I definitely, like, I don't think I wouldn't change any choice I had for something else necessarily. Like, I did really enjoy my dessert. But I think I would try different things the next time I came. So I'm happy we came because I've been wanting to do this for forever. I will say I wasn't in love with our server. I just felt like We sat down, and right away it was like, okay, what do you want for your appetizer, your entree, your dessert? And because Erica ordered first, and I for a second looked up at the menu because I was like, oh no. I was like, was this a prefix dining? And I didn't realize it, and I didn't look at the thing enough. So it was like a weird, like, hey, just give me the whole order, and then let's move on. And I don't know. There was a couple other times during the meal I was just kind of like, I don't know. There was the server at the car next to us. I heard him being much more involved with the people, and there were other sides you could have gotten. I guess you could have got a side salad instead of the fries and the onion rings. And no, I won't let the side salad go, because you know what I would have liked today? A side salad. But anyway, it's fine. But I will say, on the way out, I was sitting out here with Erica waiting for Craig while he was filming B-roll inside of the restaurant, and there was a cast member, Adam, who I was sitting off to the side of the car where you can take your photo, and there were two guests from Japan that were asked to take the picture, but he like went back inside. He came out, he had like a just married sign. He got in the car, he showed them exactly like how to sit, took their phone, took a bunch of photos, and I thought, wow, that guy, that's a good cast member right there. I got to give that guy a compliment, even though it wasn't me who was helping. I just saw what was happening. And then while it was so hot out, Erica and I went back into the waiting area inside to wait for Craig, and a cast member, that same cast member, came up to us and brought us around and showed us these like 4 original movie posters that they have that they had gotten on auction that are like numbered. And then we got to see there's Rocketeer props in here. There's like the helmet. They have one of the rocket packs like on the wall in here. And I just thought, like, he was so nice, and it was so cool that he like took us around, and like, it's like that little bit of effort where I was like, wow, that's the thing I'm gonna remember, because it's so ironic. Literally, Eric and I just sat out here outside, and I literally told her where I was like, it wasn't like I didn't like anything per se, but it was the combination of everything where I just felt like our server wasn't really into it and didn't want us there and rushed along, and I was like, so it's leaving a little bit of a bad taste. And then here we are, it just flipped the switch where I was like, wow, like, that's cool. So I'll give it that. I'm happy I came. I'm happy I got to see it. And those are my thoughts and opinions, and we'll see how time will treat it in my memory.
So overall, I had a great experience. I love the food. I love the atmosphere. Our server was fine. It didn't highlight the experience at all, but the last cast member we saw, Adam, he was truly amazing, really turned everything around for us. But for me, this place is so nostalgic. Yeah, I would come here with my family on vacation. We were a burger and milkshakes kind of family. So every time we went to Hollywood Studios, we knew we were eating at Sci-Fi, and this just brought back so many memories for me. And I got to create some new memories, and it was just very nice. I'm very glad that we ate here. I wouldn't change anything that I ate. Everything was fine. I want that milkshake again. I will be coming back for that. But overall, really good experience. Again, Adam really turned it around for us, and I'm just so happy that we got to see some of those posters and some more memorabilia that they have. So that's one thing. When you're here at Walt Disney World, open your eyes or ask questions at different cast members, because you could learn something new and see something you've never seen before, and that was just really amazing. So just keep your eyes open while you're here. Don't be afraid to ask any questions, but overall, it was a great experience.
I know I have a lot of bias coming into Sci-Fi Dine-In because it's an important restaurant for me after eating here over the years, and yeah, this meal did not let me down at all. I could sit in there and watch the loop of movie trailers and little cartoons and specials. I could just sit there and watch it the entire day. The ambiance inside is just second to none. It is really evocative of old Disney, where you didn't have to just like look at what's in front of you. You had to look up, down, to the sides. As a fan of sci-fi movies and monster movies, of course, it's going to hit home with me. Also, to all the props throughout there are just like little pieces of movie history, even if the movies are better meant to be forgotten. But then too, I also grew up every summer going to the drive-in, so this restaurant just does it for me in every way. And yeah, the food, for me, yes, it's basic. It's probably about $5 to $6 overpriced. That's very precise in my overpricing of how much it all costs. But yeah, like a burger for $23, that's a little steep. It probably would be a lot better going down at like $18, $17. But I felt like the quality of everything that I had, was okay for me. We're at Walt Disney World. We expect things to be a little bit more expensive. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I think we've already talked about the service enough, as well as how awesome Adam was. But let's go through the little bit of housekeeping we have here at the end, and that is the total cost, which, again, we all had technically an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert in a way. Rhino and I had classic desserts. Erica had a milkshake. The total cost for our meal after our 10% annual pass holder discount was $130.35. The AP discount was $13.60. So, yeah, it would have been $143.95 would have been the price without the discount. So it was just under $160 after the tip. I mean, we had a 3-course meal for 3 of us, so I feel like price-wise, not everyone's going to come here and order all 3 courses. I probably would maybe do like one. I can't even say I would do like an appetizer split, because if you're in the car seating like we were, where it's 3 rows of 2 people in each car, it's kind of hard passing stuff back and forth, even though we did that. If you're at one of the table cars that they offer, like if you don't want to like cram into the cars, you can sit at what is more of a natural table. That might be a little bit easier for the sharing game in that way, but otherwise it's difficult. And after we left, I saw one of the cars like what we had, but it was only for 4 people. That would have been definitely a lot less awkward than the revolving groups of 2 people that were behind us. But I loved it. I'm walking away from here happy. It's making me want to come back here very, very soon. Maybe I will, but we probably won't take you with me when we do that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this Disney dining review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to support us more, please book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, questions, video suggestions in the comments section. And if you're listening to this, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you can leave us a rating and review, that would mean a lot. But that's going to do it for this Disney Dining review in this episode of the Disney Dining Show. We'll see you again real soon with another one. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay hungry.
Yummy, yummy.